Tonight we're making shrimp and grits with a tomato beurre blanc sauce. Pan-seared shrimp added to cheese grits and topped with a sauce made from butter, shallots, chicken stock, tomato paste, and white wine. We're using wild-caught Gulf shrimp. This variety is a few dollars a pound higher in cost, but wild-caught Gulf shrimp are firmer in texture, and they provide that nice bright orange color when they're cooked. And speaking of orange color, we'll be using an orange-colored cheddar cheese in our grits tonight. Have you ever wondered where cheddar cheese comes from and how it got its name? Well, there's actually a town named Cheddar, which is located in the region of Somerset in southwest England. For many cheese purists, in order to be called cheddar cheese, the product must be made within 30 miles of the village of Cheddar using only milk from local dairy cows. Original cheddar cheese dates back to the 19th century, where local cheesemakers used caves to mature their cheeses located in a place called Cheddar Gorge. The caves of Cheddar Gorge provide the ideal humidity and year-round steady temperature necessary to age the cheese properly. Cheddar cheese becomes sharper and more flavorful as it's aged. And then, of course, there's the question about the color of the cheese. Why is some cheddar cheese white in color and other cheddar cheese is orange? Well, it turns out that the milk from certain breeds of English cows is richer in color from the beta carotene in the grass that they eat, and that rich color was a mark of quality. But, like in all businesses, that thing called money comes into play. Early English cheesemakers realized that they could make more money if they skimmed the cream out of the milk from the cows. But when the cream is removed, that rich color is also removed. So, in an effort to fool the public, the early cheesemakers started adding coloring from natural colored products such as saffron, carrot juice, and annatto. When the cheese-making process came to the early American colonies, the practice of coloring cheese came along with it. So we'll be using an aged orange cheddar cheese in our shrimp and grits tonight. Shrimp and grits is very popular in Southern cooking. You'll find it on the menus of famous Southern restaurants such as Mary Mac's Tea Room in Atlanta and the Lady and Sons in Savannah. Our dish is based on the shrimp and grits recipe at Marlowe's Tavern, which has several locations in Atlanta. We think you'll love it as much as we do. We're making shrimp and grits in the kitchen tonight. It's going to be delicious, so stick around and we'll show you how we make it. My name is Mark Phillips. I've been in the food and beverage business for over 30 years. Throughout my career, I've had the opportunity to be in over 10,000 kitchens from around the world. Each week, I travel to a different city and get the opportunity to call on some of the most amazing chefs in the industry. The Kitchen of Chef Mark is a channel dedicated to showing you how you too can make fine dining, restaurant quality food right in your own home. We'll travel together, we'll cook together, and we'll have some fun along the way. Welcome to the Kitchen of Chef Mark. Now let's get cooking. Tonight we're making a classic Southern cooking recipe, shrimp and grits. We're taking peeled and deveined Gulf shrimp and pan-searing them with bacon, along with grits made with chicken stock, aged cheddar cheese, and plating it with a beurre blanc sauce made from butter, shallots, tomato paste, and white wine. Our mise en place for tonight's dish for two is 1 pound of jumbo Gulf shrimp peeled and deveined, 6 slices of thick cut bacon, salt and pepper and seafood seasoning to taste. And for the grits, 2 cups of chicken stock, 1 cup of quick grits, 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese, salt and pepper to taste. For the beurre blanc sauce, 4 tablespoons of butter, 2 shallots chopped and minced, 4 cloves of garlic chopped and minced, a tablespoon of flour, 4 ounces of tomato paste, a cup of dry white wine, a cup of chicken stock, and for our garnish, we'll need 4 sprigs of chopped parsley and 4 scallions, which are also called green onions, chopped. Before any cooking starts, there is some prep work that needs to be done. Now this dish is not difficult to make, but it does require a few steps to get started. Chop and prep the shallots and scallions, garlic, and parsley. Some stores have these items already chopped. Whether you chop everything yourself or use pre-chopped items from the grocery store, fresh versus dry is always better for this recipe. Next, let's get the cheese shredded. Same principle here with the cheese as the items above. You can buy cheese that's already shredded from the grocery store, but shredding the cheese yourself is always better. Some pre-shredded cheeses have anti-caking agents and preservatives in them, so if you have the time, try to shred the cheddar cheese yourself. Next, we'll need to peel and devein the shrimp. Now, I'll admit this is my least favorite part of the process. I don't like to peel and devein shrimp, but like the other items above, when you use fresh shrimp instead of the frozen peeled and deveined, the dish will turn out much better. We're using our Toadfish Shrimp Peeler and Deveiner tool. We'll leave a link in the description so that you can order one of these tools for yourself. When you're done with your prep work, put all of the items in the refrigerator until you're ready to start cooking. To get our delicious shrimp and grits dinner going, let's start with the bacon. Cook the bacon to your desired level of crispiness. Place on a plate with a paper towel to drain the excess bacon grease. Turn the heat off of your pan, but don't discard the bacon grease yet. We're going to cook the shrimp in it later on. Cut the bacon into small pieces, then set the cooked bacon aside. The grits are next. Add the chicken stock to a pot and bring it to a boil. Add in the grits, give them a stir, bring the heat down to a simmer and continue to stir. When the grits are done cooking, turn off the heat, add in the butter, salt and pepper, and the shredded cheddar cheese. For those of you who have followed this channel for a while, you know how much we love aged white cheddar cheese, but this dish needs color, and that slight orange color in the grits from the orange cheddar cheese is perfect. Once everything is stirred and mixed in, cover the pot and leave it on your stove. And now it's time to cook the shrimp. In the same pan that the bacon was cooked in, turn the heat to medium. Season the shrimp with salt, pepper, and seafood seasoning. Old Bay is a common brand of seafood seasoning, but we'll make our own using cayenne pepper, paprika, celery seed, cinnamon, and nutmeg. Add the chopped shallots into the pan and cook them for 3 to 4 minutes. Then place the shrimp in the pan and cook them for about 2.5 minutes per side. Shrimp cook very fast, so make sure that you don't overcook them. They get rubbery if they're overcooked. When both sides of the shrimp are cooked, add in the minced garlic and cook it for another minute. Then place the cooked shrimp into a bowl and place the bowl aside. And now we'll make our Beurre Blanc sauce. In the pan, add in a few tablespoons of butter and a teaspoon or so of flour and make a roux. Add in the tomato paste, white wine, chicken stock, and lemon juice, and bring it up to a simmer. Let it reduce for a few minutes. Then place the shrimp back into the pan. Add in some of the chopped parsley. Give it a nice stir and turn off the heat. And now it's time to plate our dish. And there it is! Shrimp and grits with tomato beurre blanc sauce. Peeled and deveined Gulf shrimp, pan-seared in bacon, with cheddar cheese grits and a sauce made from butter, shallots, and white wine. It was delicious! Until next time, bon appetit!